How you doing there, folks? Danny Boy here. Just thought I'd give you a little bit of an update on what's been going on here in Southern Ontario. How you doing, Jeb? How you doing? Give me a kiss. All right, now go play. Go play. Go play, buddy. Go play. So I've been busy. Men's Human Rights Ontario has been busy. A Voice for Men's been busy. We've been doing what we do, which is calling out feminist lies and factoids. It's an uphill battle, but we're making a lot of good progress here. What I see happening around in the local area here is absolutely amazing, and instills me with hope that soon we will be able to walk proudly and say, no, we're done with feminism. Its lies are no longer welcome in society. So, with that out of the way, let's have a little bit of a cigar here and have a little chit-chat about what's going on, specifically what happened on Monday, February 24th. I figure you folks that are watching this video can pause it for a second, go get yourself one of your favorite beverages, and possibly a snack if you want, because what I'm about to relay to you is not bad news. It is good news. It is something to enjoy. So with that out of the way, I'm going to give you a little bit of background, and I'm not going to mention any names in the matter that I'm involved in, and that's how we're going to go about it. About 2 months ago, a friend of mine whom I've known for about 30 to 35 years, went to high school with him and things, hung around with him, local guy. He doesn't live in the city anymore, but he got a hold of me. He said that he had a friend who was having troubles in family court. Now, when I first met Tom, I have to say that I'd seen Tom many times before. I seen Tom in the mirror when I looked in the mirror back when I was going through my troubles. What I saw was the shell of a man, somebody who had been burned out and consumed by a corrupt justice system. As I got to know Tom, I discovered that basically he's a teddy bear, and he is a decent human being, hard-working, blue-collar worker, doing the best he can in this society to do right. He's a rather large man, stands a couple inches above me, but a couple inches below Paul, who is a man mountain. Apparently they grow everything bigger in Texas. There's some truth to that saying. I started looking at Tom's documents, and they were incomplete. The reason being I'm not going to go into, but they were incomplete. On Sunday, before the matter was to go to trial, I got a chance to look at the trial record. What I discovered was absolutely disgusting, and that's as far as I'm going into it. But what happened was that Tom put a motion in on the 24th there, and Madam Justice called a recess for 15 minutes. Tom is he doesn't have much knowledge of the court proceedings and how to address the court, and we took up a conference room for about 5-10 minutes to discuss things that possibly would be to his benefit. I didn't give him legal advice. I was there as emotional support for him. We then proceeded back into the courts, and I was a little excited and anxious, and I walked back and forth in the first row of the gallery there, and I began to talk to those in the courtroom. Those in the courtroom were opposing counsel and their client, and I don't really care about them. We're not going to discuss them today. But there was also a police officer and 2 law clerks. I brought up the Toronto Police Service's recent discriminatory tweet about protecting only teenage girls from someone who was doing something stupid and ignoring the males that were targeted as well. And I made it brutally clear that was in violation of Sections 15 of the Charter of Rights and Freedom, Section 28 Charter of Rights and Freedoms, which says no discrimination between the sexes. Section 15 says equality under the rule of law. And how about Section 52, which states that the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, or the Constitution Act of 1982, is the highest law in the land, and that all are to abide by it. Bar none. Prince or pauper, police officer, court employee, average man. It does not matter. That is the highest law in the land, and we are to abide by it. I really don't blame Toronto Police Services, the gentleman who put out that, the constable who put out that tweet. I don't blame him. I blame what he was taught. I blame what he was indoctrinated in, which is that males are second-class citizens according to feminist standards and feminist theory. And it is only a theory. It is nothing more than a theory. There is no proof to it. So I told that story. I brought up how Chief Bev McLaughlin, Chief Supreme Court Justice Beverly McLaughlin, has stated publicly that they know the family courts are broken and they need to be fixed. And here I was witnessing some incredibly heinous illegal acts being perpetrated against my friend Tom by an officer of the court, the opposing lawyer. He does not come into this with clean hands at all. I also talked about Elizabeth Sheehy calling for women to become judge, jury, and executioner as long as they allege abuse. And I pointed out the fact that possibly that murder victim that allegedly abused woman just killed might have a mother, a sister, and a daughter who would want to ensure that that man died for a proper reason, and not just because of some woman's want for money, greed, or power, or because she was mad and angry that she didn't get her way. There needs to be just cause for a person's life to be ended. And Professor Sheehy does not promote a just cause. What she promotes is tyranny on the basis of sex. She promotes murder. She does not promote just idea. I brought up some other things. The fact that men make up 4 out of 5 suicides in Canada, and how that increases during divorce proceedings because we don't offer services to men, because we treat them like crap, garbage, we kick them to the curb. And I'm tired of it. On February 24th, I gave those courts notice that these things will no longer be permitted. If you're in my jurisdiction, which is Southern Ontario, and I catch wind of it, I will expose you. I don't care whether you are the Prime Minister himself, a judge, or just a simple person. You lie about men, you're on notice, I will expose you. Now, I am pretty vocal about my beliefs about these things. And I'd like to point out that the 2 Madam Law Clerks that were in that courtroom today, or on Monday, agreed with everything I said and got what I was saying, which is that men deserve the equal amount of protection, compassion, care, and consideration that society bestows upon women. Men deserve the same amount. Not less, not more, equal. Unfortunately, feminism doesn't see it that way. Professors like Sheehy and whatnot just don't like that fact. The young officer that was in the court that day, hats off to you, sir. Thanks for listening. Again, please don't take my vitriol about what Toronto Police Services did. It's not really even about them. It's about how society views men as second-class citizens, not worthy of protection, despite what Section 15 and 28 of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms says. So, with all that out of the way, I wanted to let you good folks know that the days of lawyers being able to lie about men in Southern Ontario are quickly drawing to a close. There will be no quarter given. I don't care if you do your job right, just do it right. Do it ethically. Uphold your oath to the Constitution of Canada. Uphold your duty of care to the courts and to the child, which those courts are supposed to operate under the best interests of the child. Those days when you can willy-nilly lie about men in Southern Ontario are done. Fair notice, lawyers. You see me coming, you best make sure that everything is correct. That you haven't screwed over a male, your opposing counsel, or a male. Because again, if I catch you, I don't care. I will expose you for the cretin liar that you are. Now, to the lawyers, to the members of the legal community that are doing their proper job, I say hats off to you. Madam Justice, I'm speaking to you. Hats off to you for doing, for upholding the rule of law in Brantford that day. Folks, things are changing, and they're changing for the better. Let's keep at it. Keep spreading that message. Keep insisting, demanding that men be treated equal. Invoking their rights under Section 15 and 28 of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Danny Boy out.